Hello, welcome back to the LineStar MLB DFS breakdown for the main slate, Wednesday, May 24th. We are back. Before we do, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to all our YouTube videos. And if you are not already, join us at LineStar. It's only $29.99 per month to get all the access to all the sports we cover, all the DFS, the props IA tool. We get all of it. Now let's get in. We got an 8-game slate tonight. And let's get over to the pitcher ownership. Highest owned is Senega. Makes a lot of sense here. The one thing we have to worry about him is his walks. He's allowing way too many batters just on the bases right now, walking over 5 per 9. So if he can control that, he has really nice upside in the K department, and the weather in Wrigley is a little bit chilly with strong winds blowing in, so that should help the pitcher quite a bit here. Next, we got Bryce Miller, 10.1K. Man, his price is shot up quickly, but he's been really good. Unfortunately, though, a little bit of a downward arc here, but once again, he is going to be facing Oakland, who he absolutely crushed in his first matchup. Oakland, 26% strikeout percentage to righties. Miller's got nice strikeout upside, so it makes a lot of sense why people are going here. Next, we got Nasty Nestor Cortez, 8.1Ks, probably a little too cheap for him. 35% owned. He is going against a very good team in the Orioles, though, which makes that owner or that price tag probably a little bit more right. But he's been really good in the BVP department versus Orioles. 87 plate attempts, only hitting 183 off him with a 42% K rate. So he has done very well versus Baltimore. Had a decent outing earlier this year, but absolutely crushed them at the end of the year. Last year, 7.1 innings with 12 Ks. In all 3 matchups last year, he did really good versus them. So there is some reason to go there. I would expect that 35% owned to be a little bit lower as well. Stroman, same pitching weather we got in Chicago as Senega. Cool temperatures coming in. Only issue there is he just doesn't have a ton of strikeout upside. Alcantara at 8,300, it's hard to not want to go there. The one thing, though, is he has not fared well in Colorado. He had this game a couple years ago, 10 earned runs allowed. Time before that, gave up a couple earned runs, only had 2 Ks. But he is the best pitcher on the slate, former Cy Young winner, only 8,300, hasn't really found his stuff this year. But at that price, that ownership, I think you got to be a little bit interested here. Down the way, Gonzalez against Atlanta, don't love that. Elder against the Dodgers, don't love that. You could go Tyler Anderson. We know he's a much better pitcher than he has been so far this year. And against the Red Sox are definitely beatable here. There's also Paxton here, which we breezed over, but he has been extremely good so far. Only 2 starts, but some strikeout upside, and the Angels strike out almost 24% versus lefties. So a little interesting there. Now let's flip over to FanDuel, check out their ownership for pitching. And we have Senega, super high owned. Next, Cortez, then Miller. Miller on FanDuel is very interesting. He is expensive, but has that cake Oakland matchup. So that'll do it. Now we get into the stacks. All right. We will get there here. Now, highest owned here. Oops. Pressing too many buttons. It's getting a little wild. My internet is going slow. What is going on here? All right. There we go. Let me flip back to the slate that we're trying to get on here. View stacks. All right. So highest projected lineups. We got the Yankees. We got the Marlins, and the Dodgers are in there. Yankees are in a great spot. Tyler Wells hasn't been that great of a pitcher. And Judge has absolutely crushed Wells. He's definitely interesting. He was also Shannon's home run pick today. So it makes a lot of sense to go to the Yankees. Marlins, I think, makes a lot of sense today. They're not getting quite the ownership as we're used to. The weather, however, isn't quite as warm in Colorado as it has been the last couple of days, and we have a little bit of a breeze blowing in. But Kaufman is not a good pitcher. Marlins can definitely put up some damage against them, so I definitely like that one. Now, as far as the higher owned side, Marlins are coming in quite a bit, and also the Padres. The Padres are in a really good spot. Probably the best hitting weather on the slate with 80-degree temperatures, wind slightly blowing out, and that goes with Trevor Williams on the bump, who mid-fours FIP, nothing to write home about, but splits for the Padres look pretty good. So you got to kind of like that one here. And those two definitely are getting the most ownership. Now let's go to the value stacks. Washington's popping up. Padres have Ryan Weathers on the bump. Weathers, teams have been able to get to him. So I really do not mind going to Washington. They're cheap. They're going to let you do a lot of other stuff here. I like them probably more for a smaller stack. I don't know if I would do a 5-man with them. But you absolutely could. Weathers is bad. Padres bullpen is bad. So they could get to him. Royals are also popping up. It's against Boyd. He's another pitcher with mid-fours FIP. He's not that great. And KC absolutely has some hitters that can get to him. And there is a value stack for the Angels popping up a little bit. Montauk has been really good. Thice at catcher has been nice. So there's some upside there. Now, highest ceiling, got the Dodgers, got the Yankees. I'm much more inclined to want to go to the Yankees ceiling-wise than I am want to go to the Dodgers. But it is the Dodgers. They got to Strider yesterday. They can absolutely get to Elder. So at that ownership, don't forget about them. Makes a lot of sense. And leverage score, we got Washington and KC. Now, the one thing I wanted to bring up that we're not able to get to any other way is the Seattle Mariners. Once again, we love picking on Oakland, and this is another spot where you absolutely can. Nice leverage score with the Mariners. And Waldachuk, nothing to write home about. 6 FIP over the last 20, 6.84 FIP over the last 5. We know that bullpen is bad. They give up a lot of homers. And this Mariners team have a lot of guys that can hit. So I absolutely like that one. That's probably my favorite low-owned stack at this point. Let's click here to see if we're missing anything. As we mentioned, Colorado. It is against Alcantara. He has got blown up in Colorado before, so you can definitely add Colorado into your stack pool. Dodgers are fine. Seattle, as we talked about, bad bullpen and pretty hard average or hard contact rate, pretty high. So gotta like that. Yankees were really popping up in our system. They do have a much lower run total, though, than some of the other teams. So if ownership really gets up on the Yankees, you might want to pull back on that one a little bit. But all in all, got a lot of different ways you can go. I think you can go Boston. You can go Seattle. Absolutely go the Padres. Just watch that ownership. If ownership gets too crazy, you might want to get off that. This Padres team has not been hitting very well. They don't have that many more runs than the Oakland Athletics so far this year. So you got to be a little worried about that if ownership gets nuts. Dodgers, absolutely. Braves, you can go to always. Gonsolin is a very good pitcher, though. So I just don't know if the Braves can put up, 6-7 runs against Gonsolin. And then obviously the two teams in Colorado, being Colorado and Miami. That will do it for us today. Thank you very much for coming along. We will be back tomorrow as long as there's a decent late slate. I forgot to check it. But, yep, we'll be back. You guys have a good one. I'll see you next time. Good luck tonight. Bye.